rather icy. The snow froze overnight, as expected, and yeah, it's coming up to midday now, so hopefully glorious sunshine is melting stuff through, but it's not worth the risk in my book. About to go down the main road, which I'm pretty sure will be well gritted, so that should all be good. And yeah, we're on the final straight now, the Festive 500. Festive 500 being, I'm sure if you're watching this you might have an inkling, but 500 kilometres between Christmas Eve and New Year festive period, originally organised by Rapper, and yeah, last year you got a little colossal roundel for doing it. This year you just get the kudos and respect of your cycling friends and probably not your family that you've abandoned, but yeah. So 500, I think it works out as about 60 a day if you spread it out evenly, but you have to take into consideration that includes Christmas and Boxing Day. So part of the challenge is 500 kilometres is a fairly long way. But over the number of days it's infinitely doable. Busiest road here today. Infinitely doable, but it is factoring family commitments as well, and general commitments, seeing friends. As Steve, my husband, was saying as well, you know, he's currently fixing my bike in the kitchen. Not this bike, the work bike. So I need to go to work on it later. So he's doing that, and then he's going to go out afterwards. But it's, you know, trying to get through real life as well is, I feel, almost part of the challenge. And then of course there is the weather, which over Christmas, Boxing Day was fine, and we went out on the 27th. 26th was a gorgeous day. It was my first rather amateur video on here. 26th was a gorgeous day, but 28th, sorry, it dropped, and we went out later on, just on a 50-mile loop on the tandem. Boy, was it cold. Started to snow while we were out there, and yeah, we went round standard loop of ours down south of all things, and round Liftfield Reservoir, and lovely route, but it was just bitterly cold, and having been lulled into a false sense of security in previous days, yeah, did not have enough clothes on, and it took us both quite a long time to warm back up again. So the next day, which was yesterday when it did snow, we put all the clothes on. And thankfully the sun's out today, because yeah, riding in the rain and the murk is, I think, even more depressing than riding on bright days like this. So yeah, several challenges involved. I was at work. I work as a veterinary surgeon, so I was working both Christmas Day. I was working Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Managed to cycle, again. Managed to cycle to and from work on Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, but the pressure of having to, well, not the pressure, but the logistics of having to see the parents-in-laws and open all the presents in their Christmas bubble meant there was no way I could get there and back on Christmas Day with enough time to enjoy any bit of that Christmas spirit. So for once I bailed on the cycling commute there. And I've wrapped up a few miles there. I'll wrap up a few miles later on. I'm on night shift tonight, so cycle to work tonight, back in the morning and back again, and this ride should hopefully take me over the Festive 500 mark. And I say it's the second time I've done it, 2 years in a row, and I'm very, very pleased with that achievement. It's just something that as well gets you out of the house, gets you enjoying the winter months, which sounds odd, but I think it's better to be out here in this kind of weather than necessarily being cooped up inside watching Netflix. But that's just my 2 pennies worth. Let's stop this now. So just coming up to the mile straight. Shoots along here. It's about to be interrupted by a new roundabout. A new housing estate. So much new building around here. See the smoke off the Nestle coffee factory down there, Nescafe coffee factory. I've got a whiff of it on the breeze just now, which has the effect of making me feel slightly perkier. So I don't think it's possibly taken caffeine by smell, but who knows. So yeah, this used to be used as a time trial straight in the local cycling club. I believe the Derby Mercury really used such a long straight bit of road, and now is of course a Strava segment. It's kind of the same principle, but you know, nice and sunny. So gorgeous day to be out again. Glad I'm making the most of it, because yeah, night shift is a bit like work, eat, sleep, eat, repeat. Not sleeping, not enough sleeping, but hopefully I'll do a commuting video, show you what it's like, and yeah, the morning commute back will be hopefully nice and not too cold, and the evening's dark but very peaceful. So yeah, you can see this road just goes on and on and on. Yeah, we're getting a bit more rural now. Admittedly, I've very specifically picked roads that I know are gritted. Oh, because of the smoke coming up in. And I know this because I found out as of this morning, Derby Council published a map of which roads they've gritted overnight, and you can go on the map and you can find highlighted roads. You can even see which time the gritters went down. So I had all this, and I've adapted my set 25 loop, which normally I wouldn't do this bit, I'd be on the lanes, but no way I'm going through Sapperton Ford today. It'll be a balloon ice rink. To instead ride these slightly busier but beautifully gritted non-icy roads, and I've used it as well to plan my commute to work later, so that's a real bonus that something like that exists. I never knew that until this morning, and I think I might tweet about it. Spread the word. Yeah, why not? Why should, you know, if we can track buses and all that sort of stuff, why not let us know where you've drifted? So good work, Derby Council. Derbyshire, I should say. Yeah, you can just see the glimmer of the lights in the distance. I've got a bit of a headwind here, I think. I am on my heaviest bike, but yeah, still I'm feeling warm. Good news. Just a brief nature stop. Choosing my driver to not hold out long. Looking across the snowfields of Folkestone. Back into hopefully less busy lanes now, but we'll have to keep an eye on the ice. Wintry conditions. I'm going to give it a go. There's a few patches of ice on the road through Sudbury there. Just going to play careful. There's a whole lot of fuel on the road here too, which is just not ideal. Oh, icy, icy, icy. Ah! Not that dramatic, honest. So yeah, I did stay upright. We're going to give this a bash up to Keighley. And then I should be fine to go back along Long Lane, which should be well gutted. So there goes nothing. Wow, there's nothing wrong with this at all. Lovely to see. Still feel very pleasant for an A-road. And it's been part of the Festive 500 adventure through lockdown restrictions and weather. We've actually been forced into some roads we wouldn't normally ride, but some pleasant surprises. I think it does help that the potential traffic's not quite as bad between Christmas and New Year, although I would say that there are a lot of the cars on the road compared to the first lockdown. A lot of people moving about in their little metal boxes, which are a little bit disappointing. Partly from a completely selfish point of view, that first lockdown, riding your bike was bliss because the roads are empty. Sadly, no more. And in fact, you know, it's a very serious situation as well. We've all been affected by lockdown, and originally we would have, Dee and I, would have ridden down to my parents on the 27th, but they live in West Berkshire, so our resigned to tier 4 at the moment. And then had a day off on the 28th, tried to consume the entire contents of the fridge, which is a good hobby of mine. I think the right of any child visiting their parents as an adult. And then on the 29th we'd have ridden back again to our traditional riding home for Christmas. We normally do that on tandem. Got a good route down, and it's about 120 miles, so 200k each way. Makes it a very nice ride there and back. It makes you feel very justified in burning off the Christmas food. We have been down for actual Christmas Day before, and it's their turn, as it were. But my shifts this year precluded that, and then it all went away after Christmas. So it's actually been almost more of a challenge to not have that structure in place, to try and find our own rides to do to get the mileage in. And at one point, a completely backwards crazy ideas was to try and do 200 miles in 24-hour-ish session, and the weather seems to pay to that. It's going to be pretty attritional in the weather anyway, and the light, awful street traffic here. I quite like night riding, but yeah, there's only so much of it you can do. But we've done a bit these past few days, and I'll certainly have my fair share of night riding too, and to work, hopefully from work, I'll be in the daylight. Things I'll leave at 8 AM in the morning, then a big behind me and then a pull in. Come on, tractor! Oh no, sorry. Get back. Oh, God, thank you! Brilliant. See, if everybody behaves like that on the road, they'll be very happy. Right then, Betty, let's go. Long lane it is. Fingers crossed for less tractors and no ice. I think I can hear one now. Yeah, glad I didn't meet that down here. Let's hope he's not turning around and coming back.